All right, you are now live. Hello, world. I love how we do this now all the time. Hello, world. It was her. It was her. She started, and now I'm like, hello, world. All right, anybody hop on? Anybody? Anybody? Ah, excellent. All right, it is noon, Thursday. New moon hiding in the sky. Little kitty over there. And two of my dear friends over here. Thank you guys for joining me today for the last day of this playlist that is called We Are Never Apart. We are never apart. So lunch break is what I call this class. Tuesday and Thursday is lunch break. I am sporting my Star Wars pants today because that's what it felt like. A little bit of a... I notice I do not have my Darth Vader shirt on though, because when I have my Darth Vader shirt on, the game's on. That is usually a really, really, really hard class, so you can usually count on if I have Darth Vader's shirt on, it's gonna be something else. So just depends. And those are kind of like just the force. I'm just with the force. Yeah, that's what's happening. But the force of the new moon and the earth energy. So again, as we have been kind of going in this theme, in this Victorian theme, just follow your instincts. If you need to move, move. If you need to take a child's pose, take a child's pose. If you want to lay in Shavasana the whole time, now would be a perfect time. But probably you need to move a little bit because it is the mid of a day, and mid of the day is good for a little bit of a movement. So let's get to it, followed up by a little bit of a stretchy. And that is a lunch break. I am going to start the playlist now. If you're ready, please hit play. Find your sit bones. Soften the gaze. Or close the eyes altogether. Sits bones connect to the mat, soften through the shoulders. Full engagement through the core, so you're not just sitting heavy into your hips. Just tune in into your surroundings a little bit, establish your space. Can be outside, take the opportunity of having to practice from home. If you have an outside space, try to set yourself up outside. It really changes your practice in a monumental way. The elements, the air moving and the sun sometimes beating really heavy on you, on Robbie, especially in this case. And the smell of the outside, it really creates a little bit of a different space for your practice. So if you can, take advantage of that. So many times I remember being in the studio wishing I could practice outside. And I do now every day, not for the right reasons, but I try to take that as a silver lining, if you will. Notice how easy or hard it is to drop yourself into your space, into your practicing space, into your own energy. Check in with the breath. Notice how the breath feels. Watch the lungs expand, the chest cavity open, and soften as you exhale. Put out the feels. Put out the roots. Feel the connection to earth, to each other. To the universe. Allow anything that needs to show up to show up. Open mind, open heart, love and kindness. That's all you have. Big breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top, sip in a little more. Out of your mouth, let it go. Again, big breath in through your nose. Hold it at the top, sip in a little more. Out of your mouth, let it go. Seal your lips, find your Ujjayi. A little bit of a movement, roll through the shoulders. Maybe the head goes side to side. Other side. A super quick, soft twist. Left hand outer edge of your right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale here. Exhale back to the center, through the center to the other side. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale back to the front. Roll onto your hands and knees. Shift the hips back, find your child's pose. Lift your fingertips up. Maybe lift the gaze to find your chin. And your hips don't have to be all the way back. Just a little stretch. Imagine you're a cat. Long through the arms, pressing the chest down. Back to tabletop, chin into the chest, you round. Shifting the shoulders over the wrists, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Weight goes back into the legs, heavy in the heels. Length through the arms, connect the hand firmly into the mat. Soften the fingers though. Heavy in the heels, maybe you pedaling out, maybe you're finding stillness. Bend your knees a lot. And then straighten the legs again. And one more time, bend your knees a lot. Heavy in the seat. Straighten the legs again. Walk the feet slowly, tiny, teeny, meeny steps, lifting through the hips as you come forward. Standing forward fold, top of your space. Feet are apart just a bit, 1 fist or 2 fist distance. Don't be afraid to bend your knees, it's still yoga if you bend your knees. As a matter of fact, feel free to bend your knees a lot. And then when you do bend your knees, shift forward onto your toes, lift your heels. And then shift back into your heels and lift your toes. And then do that again, one more time. Shifting into your toes, lift your heels. And then back into your heels, lift your toes. And as you're shifting back forward, you find a space more so towards the toes, but the heels stay on the ground. And maybe you straighten your legs tiny bit, but maybe not. I won't. My hamstrings are super tight. Roll the head, complete release through the head. Let the sit bones open up to the sky. Notice if the knees are rolling any particular direction. Try to have them pointing forward-ish. Oh, the breeze. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway up, crown of the head reaches, scoop the chest, straighten the legs, exhale, fold. Last one, halfway lift, activate through the chest. Exhale, soften and release. Slowly round, one vertebra at a time. Very slowly, keep the arms down. And then now start reaching with the arms up. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. One more just like that, breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Arms rise, inhale. Hinging at the waist, all the way down, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale here. Heels drop off to your right, knees bend a little bit, soft through the hips. Back to the center, engage through your quads, hips are low. Heels off to your left, maybe bend a little bit. Back to the center plank, inhale. Forward, elbows in, knees are not, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog, chest. Roll over your feet, downward facing. High on the tippy toes. Knees bend, look where you're going, walk, step, float, front of your space. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release. All the way up, arms reach. Hands to heart, bring it in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, let the breath move you. Halfway up, breath leads to movement. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale here. Heels go off to your right. However you want to make this fluid, back to the top of your plank. Off to your left. Back to the center. Knees are not, inhale. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. High on the tippy toes, knees bend, bottom of your exhale, walk, step, float, landing lightly. Halfway lift, roll your chest up, lengthen through the crown of the head, exhale, fold. Beautiful, all the way up, arms reach, hands to heart, bring it in. Utkatasana, chair pose, shift the hips back. Forward fold is your release. Halfway up, inhale. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga mid plank. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts long, up and back, pull it high. Step your right foot all the way in, left heel goes down. Inhale brings you up, warrior one. Stay for exhale. Inhale here. Arms go down, frame the foot. Side plank to your right. Right leg scoots back. Exhale here. Inhale. Right arm finds the mat, right knee, right tricep, tap. Step your right leg back to plank. Left knee, left tricep, tap. Step your left leg back to plank. Inhale here. Forward, elbows in, lower halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up and back long. Step it all the way in between your hands, right heel goes down. Inhale, arms rise, warrior one. Exhale here. Another breath in, lengthen, find space. Arms go down, frame the foot. Side plank to your left, find it. One more breath. Left arm finds the mat, left to left, tap. Step it back to plank. Right to right tap, control fluid movement, step it back. Inhale here. Forward, elbows in, knees are not, halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. One more breath, inhale. Bend your knees, look where you're going. Bottom of your exhale, step or float. Halfway lift, crawl your chest. Exhale, release. All the way up, arms reach. Hands to heart, bring it in. Utkatasana, chair pose. Forward fold is your relief. One breath, movement, halfway up, let the breath lead you. Plant your hands, step or float, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up, long, slow and steady. Exhale, step it in, left heel goes down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arms go down, frame the foot, plant your hands. Inhale, side plank. Stay for exhale. Inhale here. Right arm finds the mat, right to right, tap. Step it back. Left to left, tap. Step it back. Inhale here. Forward, elbows in, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Left leg lifts, up and back, long pull, active. Step it in, exhale. Inhale, arms wraps. Warrior one, arms go down, frame the foot. Inhale to side plank, off to your left side, stay for exhale. Inhale here. Left arm finds the mat, left to left, tap. Step it back, fire up your legs. Right to right, tap. Step it back, inhale, knees or not, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog, child's pose, bring it back. Woo! All right. Ooh. That was good. Just check in with what that did or didn't do for you. Find a little comfort here in child's pose, long through the arms, heavy through the hips. Put the forehead onto the mat, smooth out the wrinkles. So I have won the contest about the best spot because I'm in the shade. I'm in the shade and it feels great. I am so sorry, you guys. All right, slowly find your way back to tabletop. And drop the belly down. Pause here for a moment. There's the sun. Exhale, round, chin into the chest. And one more just like that. Drop the belly down. Make it whatever you need it to be. Take as long as you need to be in any shape. Chin into the chest, round, push the mat away, hug the chest in nice and tight. Finding a neutral, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And find this shape till you have about 5 breaths here. Sometimes I feel like we rush through downward dog and there is so much goodness to be had there. It is just such a good place to be. It's an inversion, so you're getting a fresh blood and air into your brain. You're stretching super long through your arms and through your backs. You're stretching through your legs. Your heels are heavy. Sits bones are opening up. It's just such a good place to be. And while you're working, you're actively resting. So that's like the best combo. I don't know what better there is. I mean, standing forward fold would be the closest, but standing forward fold is way more relaxing than this. Way more active. Way less active. Big inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. One more just like that. Big breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. It's a trash day today, you guys, in case you didn't notice. Right leg lifts, up and back, long. Right knee, right tricep, tap and hold. Side plank to your right. Maybe you keep your right leg bent and lifted. Maybe you put it behind you. Whatever you want to do with it is up to you. Right arm finds the mat. Right to right, tap. Step your right leg back, you're in plank. You're in plank. Left to left, tap. Side plank, open up to the other side. Yes, left arm down, left to left, tap. Step it back, plank. Hips go back, downward facing dog. Oh, that was interesting. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Another breath in. Out of your mouth, let it go. Left leg lifts, up and back. Left to left, tap. Side plank, off to your left. Maybe the left leg goes behind you, maybe you keep it bent, maybe you stack your feet in front of each other, whatever you need to do. Left arm finds the mat, make a connection, left knee, left tricep. Step it back, you in plank, fire up your legs. Right halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up and back long, cross it under, right knee, left tricep. Keep it bent in, left arm up. Left arm finds the mat, knee to nose, lift the hips. Scoot it back, three-legged dog. Right leg steps all the way in, warrior two, coming up. Push off of your feet, standing. Oh, we lost Facebook, that's too bad. Up and over, reverse, lift. To extended side angle, moving with your breath. Back to reverse, up and over. Half moon, right arm finds the floor, slowly left leg lift. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders. Breath. Shiva squat, wrap it down. Standing split, left leg extends up. Inhale here. Plant your hands, take your hops. Walk, step, float. Whatever that looks like. Sorry, you guys.
That was a flow.
Waiting for me. All right, I'm back. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Got a little carried away there. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Left leg lifts, up and back. Cross it under, left to right. Open up, keep your left knee hugged in. Push up, right arm up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right arm parts the mat, knee to nose, forehead to knee, connect, lift the hips, push the mat away. Scoot it back, three-legged up. Step your left foot all the way in, warrior two coming up. Up and over, reverse, lift your left side, separate the left ribs. Extended side angle, supported or not, up to you, depth, relax. Back to reverse, up and over. Half moon, slowly shifting your weight forward. Left arm finds the floor, right leg becomes light. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, breath. Beautiful. Shiva squat, wrap it down, that's an exhale. Inhale brings you to standing splits, right leg left. Exhale here. And then again, plant your hands, walk, step, float, through your vinyasa. Facing dog, beautiful. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. See what happens? I don't know if that, I think that's okay. Okay. One more time. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Inhale. Out of your mouth, let it go. Right leg lifts, up and back, long. Right knee, right tricep, tap. Shift the shoulders over your wrist. Step your right foot back, plank. Left to left, tap. Step it back, plank. Inhale here. Knees are not forward, elbows in, halfway down. Inhale through your back bend. Roll over your feet, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, up and back. Right knee, right tricep, tap. Side plank, open up to your right. Maybe all the way to flip if you'd like to take it all the way. Beautiful, 10 fingers on the mat. Right to right, tap. Step it back, plank. Left to left, tap. Side plank or more of a flip dog, up to you. Left arm finds the mat. Left to left, tap. Step it back to plank. Inhale. Knees are not forward, elbows in, halfway down. Inhale through your up dog. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Right leg lifts up and back long. Cross it under, right to left. Stay here, extend your right leg under. Left arm comes up. Left arm finds the mat. Drag your right knee into the nose. Lift the hips high. Three-legged dog. Extend long. Step your right foot all the way in. Warrior two coming up. Up and over, reverse, lift. Lift, more. Extended side angle with your breath. Back to reverse, inhale. Half moon is your exhale. Inhale. Shiva squat is your exhale. Standing split is your inhale. Vinyasa is your exhale. Inhale here. Out of your mouth, let it go. Another inhale. Out of your mouth, let it go. Left leg lifts, up and back. Left to left, tap. Step your left foot back, plank. Right to right, tap. Step your right foot back, plank. Inhale here. Knees are not halfway down. Inhale, back bend, heart comes through. Roll over your feet, downward facing. Left leg lifts, up and back. Left to left, tap. Side plank or flip dog, opening to your left. Rolling yourself back, left to left, tap. Step it back to plank, fire up your legs. Right to right, tap. Open side plank or flip. Right arm finds the mat, right to right, tap. Step it back to plank, inhale here, quads on fire. Halfway down. Up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left leg lifts, up and back, long, pull it. Cross it under, left to right. Keep it here or extend the left leg out. Right arm up. Right arm finds the mat, pull the left knee to nose. Lift the hips, push the mat away. Three-legged dog. Step your left foot all the way in. Warrior two is your inhale. Exhale here, up and over. Inhale to reverse. Extended side angle, take your time. Lengthen your breath as much as you can. Back to reverse again, up and over. Stay deep in your legs. Half moon is your exhale. Unfurl into the posture is your inhale. Shiva squat is your exhale, wrap it all in. Inhale, two standing splits, right leg lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Walk, step, float. Downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees. Find the child's pose again. Woo. Yep, internet quality is not cooperating today. That's all right. That happens. That's okay. We'll post it later. Luckily, Instagram is staying strong, as it always does, because it has a backup mobile data, so it doesn't really care about the Wi-Fi so much. Oh, that was pretty sweet. Water would have been good. That's okay. Alright, so if you're not in Childs, you are drinking water, which is totally fine. Still trash day. Still trash day. Sounds like they need some WD-40 for the breaks. Alright, my friends, so I am gonna do this to you. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not. Alright. Alright, find your way back to downward facing dog. And then slowly walk your feet all the way to the front of your space. And then separate your feet mat width. And then so your toes are going to be slightly out, maybe almost off the mat. My heels are still on the mat. And then you're gonna come to Malasana squat. Yay! Oh, we have no blocks today, no bolsters. What did we do? We are unprepared. We're very unprepared for the yin part of this. So find your... Mary's like, oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that. She's like, I forgot this was 50-50. Alright, so just find a comfortable ish place to be. Now I would really love for you to start active. So you're gonna lift up through the chest, you're gonna push the elbows into your knees to kind of open through the chest, keep the knees apart. You're gonna squeeze the pelvic floor and kind of tuck the tail under a little bit, if you will. And flat-ish through the spine. We're gonna stay here for several breaths. Now notice where you tend to hold tension. Where are you squeezing? Because engaging doesn't necessarily mean holding tension. So watch out for the difference between the two. So you can totally be holding tension in your hips or squeezing, holding tension in your inner thighs. It's I don't know how to really explain the difference between releasing into an engagement and holding tension, but I'm just gonna be repeating that for a while and we'll see what happens. So while you're actively holding something here, you are not really, you're still softening into it in a certain way. Bring the chin slightly under. Notice if that opens a little bit of a space at the back of your neck. If there's a little easier way to breathe, if that happens. Elbows are still actively pushing the knees apart. Take another inhale here. And now kind of release. So release the arms, so the knees are gonna come slightly in. Maybe they hug or rest on your shoulders, kind of. And then you drop the head and the chest and you kind of round through the upper body. If it helps to bring your feet a slightly closer in towards each other, it may help. So then the knees are resting-ish on the outside of your shoulders. Your arms are soft, just dragging down, your head releases. Your feet are still strongly connected to the mat. Upper back is rounding, just hanging here. Again, notice if you're holding any tension, if you're dragging with the feet, try to soften that a little bit. Notice the inner thigh, any tension there, try to soften that. afraid to soften the knees. Give this a good release. If the legs start shaking a little bit, that's all right. Just try to relieve the discomfort. Maybe soften the knees a tad more. Maybe very, very gently adjust the weight between the heels and the toes. Focus on the sits bones opening, spreading wide. Head complete release. Shoulders soft, arms heavy. Ideally, the bend in the knees is big enough that your lower ribs are resting on your thighs. There's a connection. Notice every exhale you get a little bit lower. A little bit more of a connection between the ribs and the thighs. Don't be afraid, I have a super, super yummy posture coming up after this. Hang in there. So much work, keep at it. Yes, you can. I know you can. Alright, slowly crawl yourself halfway up, straighten the legs, use your arms to support you. Wow. Bring your knees down onto the ground. Pause there, very soft, gentle movement. Right, so you're not moving rashly, you're not collapsing. And then extending the legs long, you're gonna come down onto your belly. Oh, yes. Well, that sounds like a good posture. Okay, so we're gonna start on the, so you can bring your arms to a cactus or you can lay them underneath your head and maybe you lay your right arm. But your left leg is going to bend sideways to, 90-degree-ish. Just the way you sleep, okay? Just the way you sleep. And then maybe the left arm extends sideways. However you want to go about the upper body, make this a release, comfy place to be. Soften the legs. Release the left leg. A little bit of a lean into the knee if you would. Lengthening the part through the thigh and through the hamstring. Let your body sink heavy into the mat, connect to earth. This is what you get for doing squat and standing forward fold forever. It's a reward. Hopefully you won't fall asleep, but if you do, that's fine too. If you do, then I guess that's what's needed. Slowly start noticing your breath again in case you let go of it. Complete your exhale. And then lift yourself up just a bit. Help your body to release the leg back out. Bring your forearms onto the mat and come up to a Sphinx pose. So hands are parallel towards each other, arms rather, forearms. You're fully connecting the forearm to the mat, maybe dropping gently into the shoulders and then lifting the chest up, pulling the shoulders down, shoulder blades in towards each other behind you, top of the feet firmly pressing into the mat, the tail plucks under, squeeze the quads for me for a moment, and then keep the lift through the chest as you release the legs. So we'll release the engagement through the leg, just let them be there, connecting you to the mat. You are lifting through the heart. Notice, how are you putting weight through your forearm? Is it only in your elbows? Is it in your full forearm? Is it only in the palm of your hands? Just notice. Notice the lift through the spine and the bend through the upper thoracic. Notice if your low back is protesting, and if it is, engage through the tail just a little bit. But hopefully there isn't. Another inhale here, slowly complete your exhale. Come all the way down again, bringing your right leg in this time extension on the other side. So however you went about it. Notice how hard or easy it is to just kind of be here, or whether you feel like you need to do more. And just know that you're doing enough. Just allow the posture to be what it is. Allow it to bring up whatever it is that it brings up. You surrender to it just a little bit of a faith that your body will do some work for you. Gravity will do some work for you. Notice where you are. Start engaging with your breath in a very soft way. Bringing your hands in towards a little bit, lifting yourself up a little bit, extending your back leg out again. And then from here, simply flip yourself over onto your back. Oh, we made it to the back. And I wish we had blocks. If you have blocks, you guys take restorative bridge. We're just going to take Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to bring soles of our feet together, let the knees splay wide. And then adjusting the shoulder blades. Again, we forgot props somehow today. Letting the arms just go wide, adjusting the shoulder blades. Adjusting the head position, chin tucks in slightly. Noticing how the low back reacts, the hips, the groins. Soften into it. Again, if you do have blocks and would prefer to do a restorative bridge, go right ahead. The block goes underneath the sacrum, the hips go heavy into the block. Leaning into gravity, gravity pulls you in towards earth. And perhaps you're still letting your roots come through your mat into the earth. You're still rooting down. Imagine that root system that comes out of your body into the earth, just like you're a plant or a tree. They begin to branch underneath yourself, nourishing, supporting, connecting. Natural breath, watch it expand your chest cavity. As the breath releases, the chest gently lowers down. Watch the movement. Stay exactly as you are. If you'd like to bring your knees in together and extend your legs long for a traditional Shavasana, you can do that too. If you do so, make sure that you adjust your hips. You release any tension that was at the low back. You allow the jaw. Soften the face. Big inhale in through your nose, out of your mouth, let it go. Another full breath in. Fill every corner of your body with breath. Out of your mouth, slow, lengthy release. Let the body settle in. Have about 4 quality minutes here on your back with your breath, with the earth, with your roots connecting into the ground, into the earth, connecting each other. But first and foremost, check in with yourself. Take this as an opportunity for a new beginning. You have moved your body, you have connected with your breath. It's the first day after the new moon. A new cycle begins. A little bit of a light comes in every night as the moon grows fuller and fuller until it reaches its fullness. So if you'd like to take an advantage of the cycle and set intention of what needs to happen in a time that the moon grows, I invite you to do that. Thank you always for joining us here for your lunch break. I will leave you in Shavasana as I always do, in case you need a little extra time. In your mind's eye, if you would bring your hands to heart center, connecting the thumbs, maybe bowing the forehead into the thumbs, mindfulness into the breath space, into the heart space and the sacred that unites us all. From my heart to yours always, from my mat to yours always, from my porch to wherever you are, thank you guys so much for being with us. And we will see you on Saturday. Because Saturday, we yoga. Namaste. Thank you, my friends. Have a great rest of the day. Drink plenty of water. Follow the instincts. Let me know if you have any questions, feedback, comments, suggestions. And I will see you all on Saturday.